good? Are we live? Can you guys hear us? All righty, so they can hear us. We can
do it all that shit.
Nah, the power from the phantom box.
no worries.
Okay.
Hey man, we all trying to
Y'all
get
can
back,
hear us now?
trying to get our groove
Let me
back.
do like that dude, that pedophile motherfucker. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me
Did he turn
now?
out to be like a little kid?
Yeah, man, the
Right?
dude from
The Jared dude.
Jared, yeah,
Can you hear
from
me now?
Subway, man.
He turned, and then he went right. He turned out to be a pedophile. or some shit
Pedophile,
like that. Like,
yeah.
that's fucked up.
Oh my God, look at it. Oh, I should have known, man. That's my friend Jess.
All the way in
from
Indiana.
Thank you,
Okay.
Jess, so much. Thank you so much, love, for tuning in tonight. I'm sure a lot of you had more interesting, better, maybe more fun things to do than sit here and talk with us, but we do appreciate you all giving us your time. Thank you so much. And thank y'all. Brother, I wanted to say this, man, at the last time. I mean this. Thank y'all so much, man. There are plenty of things we could be doing right now with our own time. Like spending time with family, doing something that may be interesting or crazy or whatever. But we really believe in this platform enough where we're taking our own time and our own resources, money or what have you, so that we can go ahead and bring this platform to you all, preferably every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're trying to get you every Tuesday and Thursday, Saturday and Sunday as well, the Daily Smoke.
Right. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that last Thursday. That was an impromptu
Oh, that
live.
was a hell of a show,
That was a
wasn't
really
it?
good show. So if you
That
didn't,
was
go
one
back
hell
and
of a
watch that. Speaking of that, tomorrow will most likely be a live Taboo Tuesday.
Yeah,
There's a
it will
special
be.
guest, the word Mortician will be here. So make sure y'all tune in to
I'll
that.
be here for that one.
And if you can call in, you can chat live. It's going to be an actual live show. So
Yeah.
as of
it's
right
gonna be a
now, I'm
live
not
show.
sure what the taboo topic is, but the word Mortician, she'll come up with it right there.
She gonna give you something.
And she's going to give you something. Plus, she has a guest, so maybe the guest has
Absolutely.
something on their mind that they want to talk about.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
tune in tomorrow, 7 o'clock as always, and watch a live Taboo Tuesday with the word Mortician.
I like the guest already. I spoke with her earlier today, and I had called her, but she was in class at the time. But she said her teacher was real cool and all that. But I'm like, hey, you getting your education? You're all right with me already.
Right.
Whether it's virtual or whether it's in person, I don't care. Just learn. I don't care how you do it. Just learn something new that you didn't know before. Hopefully you can make some money off
Right,
of
and
it.
share the platform with all the mugs you're studying with.
Absolutely. Bring them in, Bring them in, for real.
Watch.
Absolutely.
Hopefully that we know it's going to be a good show. Not hopefully, it's going to be a good show.
It's never a bad show, We haven't had a bad show. Come to think about it, man.
It's been a while. We don't
batting
have
1,000 up in here.
We really never have, and that's because we're respectful.
Absolutely.
We really want to hear your opinion. I'm not going to say anything. I mean, like I said, if you come out the side of your neck talking stupid, we're going to get you. But if it makes sense, I'm listening, I'm learning, and then hopefully from what I know about whatever we're talking about, you learn something too. Like I always say, now I know your part, now my picture just got a little bit more okay.
Yeah, and that's what
Somebody
it's
else
about.
brings it in until finally you got it to where, okay, how I always felt about it, now I know how he felt about it, and it all fit into spaces, and now I know this has got to be what it is.
Absolutely,
From different opinions and shit, so it's not like me talking out the side of my neck.
Right, and that's what I don't have tolerance for.
You know what I'm saying? But at least I know I've heard different opinions on a subject that I might be still questioning, and now I can focus it all together,
Yeah, man, like if you're just...
Especially if it makes sense to you.
You know what I mean?
What you're hearing is like, man, I never thought of it that way.
Exactly.
I kind of see where you're going.
Exactly.
But I didn't think to go this way. What you're saying now it's making a lot more sense.
And people know, and we're, on this platform, we speak freely and we speak honestly, you know. But people know when you're bullshitting.
Pretty much.
That's the worst thing you can do.
Right.
You know?
Sure enough.
And like, if you don't know the answer, it's good to say. It's all right to say, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm listening.
I do my best to get back with you on the answer. Do you know? Oh, you do. I'm listening.
Right.
So, and that's one of the things I also love about our platform, man. Like, we get input from the people that's watching the show. They'll, put something on the what is it called? The chat box. Thank you, brother. The chat box. Sometimes people will call in. We prefer for you to call in, but sometimes that can be a bit intimidating. I get it. If you're on the show, it's an opportunity for us to learn. Like when we had LaDonna and we have, Danessa here, we have Tiffany here, we have Dwight here. It's an opportunity for us to sit down and be in class and learn.
What I realized on last Thursday when my boy Ron was here, like whenever someone's watching a show, they always end up mixing into it. I don't think no one's never said nothing.
Oh, like Ron did.
He ended up saying something about a book she mentioned. He knew it. He asked some questions. I don't think there's ever been nobody that's just sat there and not said shit.
Right.
You know, and they've always hear something like, you know what? I have something
That's
to say
right.
about that. So, and I noticed
That's
that when
right.
he said something too, I said, you know what? Everybody comes here has something to say.
That's right.
And that's because
exactly
the conversation is good and we're talking about shit that most of us already think about, but we don't
Sure.
talk about it.
Exactly.
So here we are trying to talk about that shit. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, and that was interesting to see that. But that's the first thing that hit me. I'm like,
Isn't that how it usually goes, though, Los?
yeah, it did.
Isn't that usually how it goes, man? Like, we may even, for example, brother, you know, you and I have hung out at times. We may go to Hooters or go wherever, sitting down, we having a drink or eating something, and we're sitting there having a regular conversation, and then the people one table over or the waitress or whatever, they hear us talking like, yeah, that's interesting, tra-la-la, and now we have a conversation going.
Right.
So, you know, this is what we do. Thank you, brother. So, yeah,
Good.
absolutely. But before we go any further, before we forget,
Yeah.
because we have been forgetting, first off, tonight's episode, to kind of give you a rundown, we're going to cover this brother named Ataturk, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, first president of Turkey. We're going to talk about him, who he was, and why he's important. But before we get into that, we do have to talk about our sponsors. These are the people that allow us to let this platform exist as it is, and they encourage us and sponsor us and support us, and we really appreciate you also. We want to show the thanks back by starting out with Bangin' 832 Radio.
Banging.
www.bangin832.com. Check out past of the episodes of the Daily Smoke every Sunday at 7 p.m. Now, mind you, that time will be shifting more than likely to like a Saturday or something.
Mm-hmm.
But until we get that slot filled, and we have that slot
We'll
filled,
let them know on our, we'll change up our,
we'll let them know.
You know, all we got to do is put the day and the time.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what's up.
So
Yeah, we'll let y'all know. Until then, keep going, Seth.
Until keep going on Sundays, and we got nothing else to do Sunday.
Exactly.
Then we bring in, you know, conversations with Mama E.
Exactly.
You know?
Till we say otherwise, keep showing up every
TDS
Sunday at
Church
10 o'clock. Fair enough. All right. Thank you
Maybe
so
we
much,
get a
brother.
choir studio audience when she does her show.
I know, right?
Be back there.
I know, right?
You
I know, right?
Our dumb asses probably won't be able to pick the fuck and shit.
Man, but thank you so much, brother Mike, over there supporting us at Bangin' 832. We do appreciate you every Sunday. You do support us. You make sure our episodes air on your platform, and anything we can do for you all, let us know. We'll be more than happy to oblige. Right. Next up, we got Tamir's Touch of Care Massage Therapy. To get with life, get a massage.
Touch my body.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo-doo.
www.tamiranderson.com. We have a commercial that we're working on regarding Tamir's Touch of Care Massage Therapy that we will be airing soon.
Right.
We're
It'll
just
be
still
her
trying
telling
to...
you there.
Exactly.
It'll be her doing it.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be different for us, and I think
We're gonna
it's
try
gonna
to
be
do that. We're gonna try to do Puff Pass It. I don't know if we
Exactly.
can do banging. I don't know how we
Honestly, why
can do that.
not?
If we can, we could probably get
Yeah,
that.
we
We
just
don't have
show
to
up.
say it. They just
exactly.
You know.
Let them tell them in their own words.
right. We could throw in the touch my body.
You know what I mean?
And the drums for the shrine.
We got to find. Oh, don't do that. No, please don't. To me, it's such a care massage therapy. Check out at www.tamiranderson.com. She can give you massage therapy. She can do Reiki or Reiki, or however way you pronounce it, where she manipulates the energy and the aura around you. You will feel the difference, I promise you. I don't know if she does. Do you know if she does acupuncture?
I don't know. I don't know if she does that.
I wonder if she probably does, knowing
She
her.
might know how.
But check out. She's an entrepreneur. She's a veteran, and she's a positive, upstanding citizen as far as I'm concerned in this community. Tamir, thank you so much
And a
for being
personal
on our
trainer, too.
side. And a personal trainer. She take care of herself, all right? So, yeah, check out at
Come to you.
www.tamiranderson.com. She will bring the table to you.
Right.
Muhammad won't come to the mountain will come to Muhammad.
We're trying to incorporate LaDonna's rubs with those massages.
Yeah, man, we need to start. Yeah, we need to
So
advertise
once we
that
get
as
more,
well.
we get more information from LaDonna about that product.
Exactly.
When she gets our shit set up, then we'll
They can
start
partner.
announcing it.
Absolutely, they can partner.
You know, so that way they partner
Good
up.
thinking, brother. Good thinking.
I think they're testing it out with Tiffany, because Tiffany always gets massages from her.
Oh,
And she gave her a bottle. You'll try that. See how
it works for you, huh?
Tiffany says how she felt about it. We'll find out tomorrow if she's already done that.
absolutely. You know, Tiffany, she down. She is down.
What up, man?
Who we got? Oh, what's up, man? What's up, budget do-it-yourself bills? What's the good word? Hey, man. Is that howdy or is that?
That's howdy.
That's howdy. Okay, I
That's
keep
howdy.
getting howdy
Yeah,
and
'cause it's like build and-
Dwight mixed up, man. I don't know why,
it's that
man.
word build.
It's
That's
the build.
why.
Is that what it
That's
is?
what it
That's
is.
what's throwing me off. And do it yourself, build your own brain.
Yeah,
It's just
build
throwing
your
me off,
Right,
man.
right.
But that's what's up. Thank you, howdy, man. Thank you for checking in this afternoon with us, my brother. We appreciate you.
Pineapple
Man.
juice out there too.
Yeah, more than likely.
There
You
you
know,
go.
he
Come through.
always
You know, it's
be
come
here,
through.
man. If not pineapple, howdy. If not howdy, pineapple. You know, it's hey, man, we take it out.
The howdy nacho cheese pineapple juice.
Exactly. Next up, we got. Speaking of the drums, that we got to get a bongo. We got to get a bongo in here for this part, man. We got to make sure. We got to make sure the episode, the picture part is up. You know. One second. I'm sorry. We'll be.
No, you're good. They're not seeing that.
Oh,
They're seeing
okay, cool.
that.
All right. So next up, we got the Buy Black Marketplace, the Black Vendor Market Book and Art Fair Expo. It's the ultimate pop-up experience. We're calling all vendors, authors, artists, and Black-owned businesses. This is free and open to the public every first and third Saturday at the Shrine of the Black Madonna from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. at 5309 MLK Boulevard. If you're not familiar with the Shrine of the Black Madonna, and by the way, I believe there's a shrine, man, in almost like every major city.
Every major city.
Yeah, if not every major city. I know they're on the East Coast.
Or every major city got a lot of brothers.
Absolutely.
Because like Lincoln, Nebraska, I'm sure don't have one.
I don't think that may be the whole population in the church. We can't have them all congregate in one place.
There's not enough of them to even build one.
No, Lord, no. They still on the building fund. But anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, so 5309 MLK Boulevard. Check us out every first and third Saturday. But if you can't get out there every first and third Saturday, check them out there every Saturday from 8 a.m. until about noontime, feeding the homeless, man. Doing the food drive. So check them out. Please go and support them. It's a good cause one way or another, whether you're a vendor or whether you're a buyer. It's a good cause all the way around. The Buy Black Marketplace every first and third Saturday of every month from 12 to 6 p.m. So you're going to get us
get us canceled by our own.
Cancel before we even get up.
By our own at that.
Man, but you know. Ooh, Lord. All right. So next up we got Los. I'm gonna need you to be quiet. We're gonna get us up out of here. No, I'm just tripping, man.
What's up?
Next up we got
that's build
y'all. We got all these builds, man. Everybody building, man. Build something.
We building right here too.
You know what I mean?
We're building ourselves.
We all building. I guess you start building, you start being around other architects and builders.
That's right.
We're in good company. God bless. Thank you for joining us, brother. Next up, we got Puff Pass CBD and more, 4130 and
This
a
one
half.
goes.
Nah, that's gonna be the new. That's gonna be the new. That music gonna have to be the new intro that we're working on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like the bit. You know. Okay. Well, we ain't gonna give out all the pictures. But yeah, you can check out Puff Pass CBD and more. And it was my mistake. Miss Tanya Ashley at 4130 and a half Cavalcade, Houston, Texas, will not be here this Wednesday. So we're going to have a different subject. It's going to be next Wednesday, unless I have it wrong on my planner. But I'm going to go back and look.
It was supposed to be this Wednesday.
It actually was always, I think, scheduled for following Wednesday. Mm-hmm. I think I got it incorrect on the day. Okay. But one way or another, we're going to have something to present for you guys. If she won't be here this Wednesday, we'll have something to talk about. We'll have some good
email us a topic.
Absolutely.
Wednesday.
I got one in mind. I got one in mind already, which is very, very appropriate, to be honest with you. But you can check out Puff Pass It CBD and more on Instagram. They're on Facebook. They're on Twitter. They have their own website. You can find them on Yelp. If you would like to reach out to them and speak to them personally, check out Tanya Ashley at 713-766-6631. And we cannot wait to host you, Tanya. We look forward to you being here with us. And last but not least,
that one would be like, I can't get high. I can't get high. I'm the CBD.
Off of CBD, right? Like, why am I here again?
Oh, that's right. My shoulder feels better.
I was trying to get better, trying to feel better, trying to feel better physically.
I won't have road rage on the way home.
That's
You know,
true.
sit like that.
That's true.
That does do
That's
good
true.
stuff
It
for
took,
you.
it took me
Take
about
away
2 hours to
anxiety
get home
and
after I ate all of them damn caramel candy.
You were just chilling.
Right, going down
You're speeding and
45.
shit.
I got pulled over. I was doing the speed limit. Oh man, you're doing 25. This is
Right.
I-10.
It's like, damn,
You
I
know,
thought I
like,
was
oh
doing
my
75.
bad. I thought it was the turning lane. I didn't know.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. But last but not least, you know, hey. But last but not least, you have the Daily Smoke, which is us. You can find us at www.the Daily Smoke. THA Daily Smoke. If you put something else that sends you a different address, you won't find us, and you miss all this good topic and subject matter we, present to you guys every, God willing, Monday through Sunday.
Right.
So if you go to the wrong website, that's why you wasn't on the webcast, because you went to the wrong website. But go to the right website, like the man put back up on the screen, where you can also donate to that proper website at the THA Daily Smoke. We're on Cash App. You can catch us at $TD Smoke. And if you do not have money to be able to help support us, that's okay. The mere fact you're giving us your time is just as valuable.
That's
That's
better.
Preach, man.
Just being here at 7:00, watching us every day, watching the whole show, and hitting that like button. Don't forget, like.
Absolutely.
Hit that like button and sharing with friends. That's worth more than money.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And just being able to spend time with friends and family. That's even more paramount.
Just
Just come and hang out with us. We love to have you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So check us out.
That's why we call it. It's an experience.
It's an experience.
It's an experience to come here and hang out
It's
with
an
us.
experience. No one has ever left. I think, okay, I'll be fair. I'll be honest and fair. No one has never initially hung out with us and didn't want to come back.
Right.
We've had people that came back that disagreed with us.
Right.
We just disagreed on an issue, but we weren't in disagreement with each other.
Right.
So we always have a good environment here. Everyone here is respected, you're loved, and you're heard first and foremost. So please come and check out. We would love for you to hang out with us. We can use the company as well. Because trust me, there are better things we could be doing while our own time. But better things cumulatively together,
Right.
I couldn't think of nothing else better, to be honest with you, brother.
And after all that lockup we went through, what not
Lord.
celebrate?
How long was that lockdown, man?
It was like a year and a half.
Was it really?
Something like that.
Wow.
Almost 2 years.
Really? And we run. I'm gonna take a train to come see you guys. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's gonna come and hang out with us, man. Hey, man, we would love to have you back on this platform anytime. And you don't have to wait till you come visit us in person. That'll be cool too. But if you want to be back on here, Brother Howdy, man, before we actually
we
see
had him
you
on the last time.
Yeah, before we can bring you back in last time, man, and we would love for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. We would love for you to be back with us and present with us again, man. We really would. Because, Howdy was the first dude that I ever even heard of Jorge Cervantes' Bible, Weed Bible.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know it was a real book.
Right.
I didn't even take it serious until I saw the book.
Right.
The book is about this thick.
Right.
And it's about 3 of them.
Right.
And it's not what people would think. Like, in order to really understand this book, you have to have a grasp of biology, basic biology,
Right.
basic chemistry. You're not gonna just open this book and be like, all right, I want some whatever, purple cushion. Ooh, this gonna get me real messed up. And that's it. That's not it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You should already did the purple cushion, then go read the book.
Exactly. Now you're gonna understand the science behind it. So yeah, man, Brother Howdy, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. The story you shared, your life experience with us, man. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it.
We can talk about GT days, NASCAR racing.
He don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that?
He don't want to do that.
You'd be sad.
He talking to number 2 in the world. He don't want to do that. He don't want to do that. He don't want to do that. But anyway, I'm gonna let my nerd side stay.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, man. I know we normally go into the topic, man, but what's been going on, man? How was your day, bro?
No, it was good. Came back from my vacation.
Yeah.
Off and shit.
How was your vacation, man?
I had a good time, my boy.
Yeah.
It's all on my Facebook pictures and shit. We had a good time. Barbecued on Saturday.
That's what's up.
We got got all kind of liquor and shit.
That's what's up.
Right? It's, you know what we do.
Yeah.
So we had a good time. I had a good week. It was nice. You know, nice to come down and everything.
You know what I found interesting about your friend, man? I don't know if is it cool who say his name on?
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I found interesting, Ron, if you watching, man, it was really
yeah.
good to meet you, my brother. It was a real blessing, man. Like this was a dude that knows you.
Right.
Like
right.
he knew you
Right.
before, like Ron and the people where you moved certain areas.
Yeah, this is when
like
we were young.
this is the dude, like you know him from way back, man.
Right.
How many years have you known him, man?
Shit, we met, I think, in high school.
Really?
And then it was like almost 30 some years before I had ever seen him. And he came to visit me when I first moved here, which was 15 years ago.
Really?
So I had seen him in the 30 and then another a half of a 30. And then he showed up. So we've known each other for about almost 45, 50 years. It seems like.
That's what's up, man.
You know,
That's
I was glad he came through. That was nice. We had a good time. Got our grub on. His mama want that rice recipe. I gotta send it to her. I gotta send that to her, man. My bad. I'll get that to you. It's real simple though. Yeah, he liked it. They used to own Occasion Restaurant up in Seattle.
Better trademark it.
Right up there, and they I don't think it's there no more. But he's originally from New Orleans, so he's
that's right. He is. That's right. Him and Rafika knew where they were. Knew of areas they were from.
Baton
They both
Rouge.
from Baton Rouge. Yeah, absolutely. How was your weekend, Brotherhood?
Busy, but relaxed.
That's what's up. Busy but relaxing. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
That's what he kept saying. Ron, like, man, this has been nice and quiet. I'm like, this ain't quiet. This ain't
Kids
quiet.
running around
Kids running around and shit. And every day got to do something and keep going. And luckily, didn't have to work. You know.
Yeah.
If I had to work, he wouldn't have came down. I would have been
busy. Yeah.
I had to say, here, take the ride, GPS to go where the fuck you want.
Right.
Learn Houston.
Right.
So I make sure to take the time off and hang out. So I don't know how much more time I have. I plan on taking a week in July to take the kids and the whole family somewhere so we can do something for the summer.
Right.
I'm not driving 27 hours to Michigan, though.
I feel that, man.
I tell my daughter, you got to come down here, bring the grandkids down here. We can all do something here.
I feel you, man. I don't think I got if I had to, I could, but I don't know if I can go, I don't know if I can do above 10 hours straight anymore, man.
Driving?
Yeah, I could do, I would average 12, 13 at times, nonstop. But now I haven't tried that since I was like younger. I don't know if I can maintain.
Oh, no, that's what I was saying. When I was younger, man, I have to have at least 1 million fucking road miles under my ass.
Yeah.
Going to pick diamond up in different states and coming all the way back. I could do that. I'd go 6 hours, pick her up, go get something to eat, 6 hours back.
Straight back, huh?
You know,
After 12-hour drive.
Yeah, so, and then like when we go to Michigan, though, I might do 4 or 5, and then Amy would do 4 or 5. And Amy tries to do hers during the day because she hates that glare at night. And most of the time when we go at night, it's raining, so you really can't see shit. I'm like, I know, I be driving like, I know, I understand you don't like this glare, but I can't see shit either.
Well, better get them Tesla cars that drive themselves. Hope you get there.
I don't know about today, but my longest, well, I wouldn't say longest trip, but in one day, when I was young, fucking around with some shit, went to Austin, got there, turned right back, went back to Houston, and then turned around, went back to Austin, and then turned right back.
That was about a 12-hour drive. That was about a 12-hour drive there. Yeah, woo.
That was going one ways.
Back and forth.
From Indiana to Houston, about 24-hour drive. Oh no, that ain't built.
Yeah, because when I go to Michigan, I get to Indiana around 24, and I still have another 3 to get there.
Really?
Because then from there, I'll break off and go a little bit into Ohio, and then up into Detroit.
Really?
Into Michigan. That makes it 27 hours.
Now, my brother said he came down to Houston, picked up Mom, and drove all the way to fucking Anchorage.
Alaska?
That's a long fucking way to go.
With your mom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not in one hit, though. That took him a week. That wasn't no one hit. No fucking way. You couldn't do it. You fall asleep. That
From nowhere to Anchorage.
That takes a few days and shit.
You could be damn near next door to Anchorage. And
It's still gonna take a long
You still
time.
got to drive, man.
Right.
My
I saw
God.
something, speaking of Alaska, I saw something today on something, I don't know what it was. some people were out there, and it looked nice because you could see the green and shit going on. And the dude had some boiling water, and he threw it up.
Yeah.
That shit instantly froze, and it just started moving away like a cloud.
Yeah, that's how it
I
goes.
was like, that's cool as fuck there.
Yeah.
My thing is like, damn, y'all camping out there and that shit, man.
Yeah, they
like,
real.
It's
It's
like,
real.
damn, y'all out there camping, you know.
It's real.
But when he did that, that was cool as fuck. I was like, man, that's cool. Even the dude himself, like, oh wow, that's neat. And you can see it just floating away like a little cloud and shit. My thought was, does that just keep going?
No.
You know, I mean, when does it turn into nothing and just turns? You know, it's not gonna turn back to water.
No,
It's too cold.
it depends on like a temperature condensation or what have you. You know, precipitation. And you know, it just like depending on how far it goes up into the atmosphere to determine like if it comes down as ice or if it actually, you know, turns into condensation before.
Well, when they showed it, but it wasn't going up; it was going away from them. Like
How high was it?
He threw it up, and it was like maybe 5 feet above him, and then the cloud just kept going away.
Was he on the floor?
He was on the ground.
He was on the ground, and he threw it up and just started going.
He took a bottle of a big old can of boiling hot water and just said like that, and that shit said shh, and it just started floating away and shit, going that way. And that's how you see in the video. I'm like, I wonder where that just keeps going. It's not going to turn back to water until it gets warm again. But where does that go? Does it dissipate at some point? Does it become part of some other shit? You know, who knows? I was like, I don't know how that shit works.
You know, it just shows you how crazy I am. I can only think, man, I can only imagine my mind as a kid. I'd probably pee out there just to see what would happen.
Hell yeah, just to see.
That's so bad. I probably got my butt whooped, but you know, kids.
Unless people told you, unless you know that, make sure you cover yourself all up. So you're not thinking, I'm not pulling my shit out, my shit freeze on me. Like, fuck that. But yeah, you know for sure we spitting all the time.
Yeah.
It drops everywhere and shit.
Usually though, when it gets that cold, when you're in environments that cold, and I promise we'll get to the topic, y'all. When you're in environments that cold, you usually would incur some kind of damage to your skin.
Yeah, if it's cold, you can't.
Because it's so cold,
Can be
anything that's exposed, yeah, you'll hurt yourself.
Stand there and spit for like about an hour, so you have all these little and start playing Matrix and shit. All the bullets and shit. Chest. Like, oh, look at all the bullets right here. I'm gonna go past them and shit.
No doubt. Okay, all right. So we normally, no doubt. So we're gonna go ahead and go into our topic, y'all. We're about 30 minutes into it as it is. We don't want to continue any further than we have to. So first and foremost, thank you all again for tuning into the subject matter tonight. Tonight we're gonna talk about a dude named Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, and he was the first president of Turkey. Now, I have my own personal reasons why I find this individual interesting and why I thought we should discuss him. But on a larger scale, I think this individual is very relevant. I think he's very relevant even more so if we really not so much pay attention to what he said, but what he did for his country. I think that would position more people to get more sense of empowerment or a realm of possibility than when, let's just say, when we thought the unthinkable was possible behind
make them hope for something.
A black president of America. We never thought we would see that.
Right. You know what I used to always say? I will see a black president before a white woman.
Absolutely.
I knew that would. I said if there's going to be before a woman becomes president, there's going to be a black man, because in all reality, I mean, they said they didn't even include them back when they started this shit. So there's no way they want a woman there doing this shit.
Absolutely,
you know? And that is very relevant. Today, they still don't want that, because that's barely ever happened.
There is a huge resistance, in particular in the West, and in particular this country, where we still are resistant to female leadership in terms of like government. So I think we stand to learn a lot from this brother, man, from Mustafa Kemal Atatürk.
It's almost like every time our president goes see her, and it's a woman prime minister, when he walks in, this bitch.
But people like Germany don't have a problem with it.
They don't. In India and shit.
India doesn't have a problem with it. Of all places.
But you know why in Europe and them places they don't have a problem with it? Because they've had queens.
That's true.
And that was a woman that ran.
That's an excellent point.
That's why they're okay with that.
That's
We
an
never
excellent
had that
point.
shit, you know.
That's
We
an
just had the
excellent
dude
point.
that built this said, we don't want no woman running this shit.
That's an excellent point. So
Even
it's just
200 something
transition for them.
Yeah, 200 something years later, you know, so people over there, they're okay with
Excellent
it. Now there's no more queen, but we got a woman prime minister.
Yeah.
We're okay with that because we've had a woman queen for so many years.
I mean, she just died.
Right,
like,
right,
you know,
right.
But they
Even
don't.
on
They
the
don't
other
trip on
countries
that.
that still, they really don't. They don't care. They figure, hey, if she can get shit done and we're all living good, get that
Whoever,
shit done,
you know.
then girl. Like shit.
Catherine
They're like,
the
man,
Great,
fuck
you
that.
know. SARS was
Right,
a female.
right.
But this guy here, man, another reason why I thought he was important is because absolutely, Felicia, if for no other reason, everything that we're about to talk about tonight, and this is very important, y'all, like this is, if there was ever an hour for no BS, now would be the time. Because this man did something in 1923. 1923.
That's when it started.
When it started.
Before that, millennials back was Ottoman Empire.
They were
When
Ottoman
I started, I'm
Empire.
like, God damn.
Let's orient
Years,
let's
boy.
orient them. Let's orient them because a lot of people don't know what the Ottoman was.
Right.
Let's orient our audience. So first and foremost, let's get a grasp of what we're talking about. Everything that we're about to say in terms of what they're accomplished from 1923 to now, this is during our parents'
Right.
lifetime, depending on when they were born, or grandparents.
This is more like
Modern
lots of
times.
governments were already established.
Exactly.
And had their own shit.
Exactly.
You know, and he started this shit then. It's
This
like,
is now.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
this isn't something like way back then.
No.
Or the forefathers, Abraham Lincoln, or, George Washington, or,
this was like modern times.
this
we
is
had already had a world war.
We had World War One.
Before he started.
1914 and 1918 was World War One. This was afterwards. All right, so let's start out. Who are we dealing with? We're starting out with a dude named Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. Now, he was born in 1881, and he died in 1938. He lived only 57 years old. Now, before I say what I'm about to say, I want every single person that is within our voice. What you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? Because everything that we're about to tell you, this man did and died by 57 years of age.
So he did this shit
In the
at a young
modern
man.
era.
Right. So he had to be in his 30s and shit.
In the modern
Right.
era.
Right. That's
And by the way, for y'all that like to smoke and drink, he was a big time alcoholic. So don't let that be your excuse. He
Right.
died of cirrhosis of the liver.
Right.
And don't let that be your excuse not to listen to what I'm about to say. I'm only trying to show you that this is not somebody that came off the top of a mountain that was holy, that did something special that no one else can create.
Right.
This was done
Or had a war to
in
get
our
people out.
earlier life, in our grandparents' lifetimes.
right.
What we're about to talk about. Ataturk. This man here, he modernized Turkey, and one of the first things he did was he made them secular, and he industrialized them. Now, that's not going to sound like too significant.
Right.
So what we're going to do is talk about the history. Let's get some background context to it. Los, from what you understand, what is your understanding of the Ottoman Empire, or what's your understanding of Turkey as it was prior to this brother?
Well, that was what Ottoman Empire that encompassed pretty much that whole section because it had Romania and all them countries in there that are connected to it.
Yes.
It went all the way across and down into like Egypt and all that shit.
Yes.
And it went even
All the way to
Africa,
Morocco.
all the way across
Yes.
like that. And it was for years and years. So this was not just one country. Turkey just happened to be a chunk of it that was at
Absolutely.
the center of it.
That's exactly right,
That's all it
Los.
was. The rest was like, it was, and it was around for a long fucking time,
That's exactly
until
right.
1923. But I think it started way back in BC, some shit.
Close.
You know?
Well, yeah.
Like way back.
In terms of the But your thinking is dead on. Your thinking is dead on, brother. Like, to give you all some kind of scope, and we are aware of the time. To give you some kind of scope, you're talking about from as far as Morocco to Iran, Iraq, Turkey, Greece.
Yes,
You know,
stretching it towards Greece and
all up in there. A little bit of Romania. What was it? The southeastern part of Europe. Southwestern part of Asia, Afghanistan, you name all this.
It was
place.
like its own Roman Empire for a little while.
That's exactly the way you have to think of it.
Right. Because after the Romans were gone, these people came and took over a lot of that land.
Absolutely. From literally from the 14th century until the 20th century, we are dealing with the Ottoman Empire.
Right.
All right.
Well, Felicia says it was interesting there too.
Absolutely. She's dead on. She's done her homework. Good job, Fee. She's done her homework. Now, let me explain to you all a little bit, and just forgive me if I'm reading, but it's important I get the facts of this correct, because everything else we say from this point it's predicated upon what we're about to say now.
Right.
So, give you a little background. At that time, the Ottoman Empire, it had a lot of nationalism, and it was ruled by what was called confessional community, which means when you think of confession, we normally think about the Catholic model.
Or something like that, yeah.
You can think of it that way in terms of the Ottoman Empire as a frame of reference, but the confessional community meant this. It's a lot of us growing, and all of us have different ways we feel like we should be represented in this government called the Ottoman Empire, which is basically an autocracy where there's just one head or one caliph, meaning if you was in the line of Muhammad and you happen to come out of that line and you were born, you became king. Okay, that's a very basic way of us understanding the Ottoman Empire.
Right.
Okay, now this is from the 14th century until the 20th century, 1300s until the early 1900s. It was like, look, we got a lot of people over here growing in population, so how are we gonna, make sure we represent them? That's why they were called a confessional community, which means, hey, Los, you Puerto Rican? Yeah, me too. I'm Puerto Rican. Are you Puerto Rican? Yeah, you too. What about you, Bob? You're not Puerto Rican? All right. Tell you what, us three, we're Puerto Rican. That's what we are. Even though we have a difference on how Puerto Rican should be run, should be represented in this country, this government, whatever, we're Puerto Ricans for the sake of argument. Right. People over there, Brotherhood, he's going to be, South Parking, if you will, okay? Right. I mean, I know that sounds silly, but that's really how it was, because you had an early government trying to bring together a bunch of different groups.
Different people. That,
you know what I'm saying? Different ethnic groups. They had the same religion, but they were different ethnically.
Right. Some that knew their country before they came.
Absolutely.
So that part of it, like, no, we're this.
I'm glad you
even though we're all part of this whole big old thing.
And by the way, everything that this brother and Felicia and my mother Joyce has said, believe it or not, we are all on topic.
Right.
Speaking to Ataturk, his greatness. So at this point, Turkey is, the Ottoman Empire is run by this confession, if you will, where you had these different groups that made up the Ottoman Empire, but the caliph, what he said goes. And if you had a problem with it, we'll see your neck later. Anybody else got a problem with it? No, I don't think so. All right.
You get here, you better not have a
prayers
problem.
by time today. Right. Let's keep it moving. Because it was by all means kind of like a modern theocracy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Like a theocracy on steroids, if you will. All right. Now, here we go. The languages that they spoke in the Ottoman Empire were Ottoman Turkish, Persian, Arabic, Greek, French. The major religion or the state religion was Sunni Islam. They were an absolute monarchy, military dictatorship, and they ruled from 1517 actually to 1924. They were abolished on the birthday of two very important women to me in my life. On March the 3rd, 1924, that's when they got rid of the Ottoman Empire. Ataturk got rid of it. Now, you may be asking, well, what else? The man destroyed the entire Byzantine Empire. Ataturk. Byzantine, the people that go way back.
They go further.
You understand what I'm saying?
Still part of that shit.
They're a part of that.
Right.
Like the Byzantine Empire, they conquered. When they destroyed the Byzantine Empire, something very important in history happened. When the Ottoman Empire destroyed the Byzantine Empire by conquering the capital of Constantinople by a dude named Mehmed the Conqueror in 1453. You know what else happened? Constantinople became Istanbul.
Right. They changed it then.
You know what else happened? Now, mind you, this is the Ottoman Empire. They're an Islamic state. They will not be dissolved until 1924. But in 1453, something happened that was very important that I think that every black person on the entire planet should be aware of. What's that? See, this is the part where you should go read. That was when the Muslims came in, got rid of Constantinople. They made it Istanbul, and the first thing they did was abolish slavery. Right? Because Constantinople was the capital trade city of slavery.
Right.
By the Catholic
Unlike
Church.
our slavery, though.
Oh, no. It's totally different. Totally different. Exactly.
Totally different. And some people would actually put themselves into that to pay a debt or something like that. It wasn't like you just took me and started whooping my ass. No, I came to you, said, look, I'll work for you for 10 years as your slave, and we're paid off.
Absolutely.
So it was a whole different type of thing. But it was still good because they still made it to where, no, you can't own nobody.
Absolutely.
If you want them to work for you, you got to pay that motherfucker. You can't own them.
That was the beginning.
That was nice.
Of the fall of the old world of slavery. Now, your people weren't conquered until 1492, the conquest of paradise. That's when Columbus got here.
When he showed up.
Now, black people had already been here.
Right.
But, okay, all right. We ain't going to make a show about it. We're just throwing it out there.
Right.
All right. Now, in 1492, after Columbus gets here, Constantinople is free. They're Istanbul now.
Right.
But there still has to be some type of work to be done.
Right.
Well, what happens? The Portuguese just happen to be going along the western coast of Africa. Oh, I see some niggas over there. Let's take them. Ain't nobody claiming them back.
Right.
We go get some more niggas. Let's go get them too.
Start selling
right.
In the Caribbean and shit.
You're looking exactly. So you start having the beginning of the transatlantic trade going on. That's the beginning of it. Okay. That's why they went to the western coast of Africa, because the Muslim brothers and sisters in Istanbul, that now is Istanbul, formerly Constantinople, they had nowhere they could go get men.
Go there and
they couldn't go get labor.
We got to go steal them now.
You got to go find it, and it's cheap labor too.
Right. We don't have to pay them shit.
That's why we still ain't got to Ataturk yet. We're just talking about his history.
Right.
Okay. Let's keep it going. Now, here we have, at the end of World War I, a dude comes into power. Or rather, he's fighting for power. He defeats the Allies at the end of World War I. Now, this is a little bit past 1918. Because World War I is from 14 to 18.
Right.
But they still had turmoil. Right. You know what the West was trying to do around 1919, 1920, 1921?
Ottoman Empire, too.
Exactly. You know what they was trying to do? Carve it up.
Right.
Do to it what they did to Northern Africa.
Right.
They were trying to carve it out. This brother here, Mustafa Kemal, said, "Oh, I don't think so.
This is my shit.
This is
our shit.
This right here is Ottoman territory."
Right.
He had something else in mind, but this right here, you're not going to do that. Oh no.
Right.
And fights off, the Western Front. They said, "Cool, it ain't nothing there in Turkey."
I'll give you Romania and all that
Whatever.
shit over there.
We don't want it.
This big chunk here,
We ain't
You
tripping.
can't have this.
We
You
ain't
can have
tripping.
that shit over there. You can have that shit over there.
We ain't tripping.
But this, the center of this shit, you can't have that. I already got planned. I done claimed this shit.
All ours. We ain't tripping. This is
I'm
Ottoman
from here
land.
and shit, right?
Whatever's left is Ottoman land.
Yeah,
Whatever's
it's our
left.
shit.
But it's still Ottoman Empire.
Right, right.
But they didn't do to it what they did to Northern Africa,
Right.
which is a whole nother conversation in and of itself.
Because even India got split up.
India got absolutely.
Actually, they were already split up. They just made it into two.
Well,
two
India
chunks.
India remained India, but India, people that stayed in India after the death of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the people that were Muslim went north, and that's what became now known as modern day Pakistan.
Right.
Meanwhile, everything that was under British control or colonial rule
Right.
remained India. They just got it liberated, and now they have to deal with post-colonialism.
Right.
And that's one of the things they have to deal with, fighting with your brothers and sisters behind natural resources, because your God is Allah and mine is named, whoever,
Right.
Shiva.
Right, right.
Okay, all right. But anyway, so that's one thing that he was able to avert, was after the Ottoman Empire, well, what remained of it, he takes over. Now, I'm going to skip a long story short because we're down to 10 minutes. Here's the important part, y'all. The first thing that Mustafa Kemal did in order to advance Turkey, or the Ottoman Empire at that time, was we got to get rid of the Ottoman Empire.
They got to go.
They got to go.
Right, right,
But aren't you a Muslim? Absolutely.
right.
Which is why they have got to go. Because I told you at the beginning of this conversation, the Ottoman Empire was a caliph.
Right. You listen to me or you're dead.
The person that runs this is the king, if you will.
Right, right.
And he's ordained because he's a Muslim.
Part of that family.
He's a part of that family because he's a Sunni Muslim, which means that we believe that, hey, we don't recognize what they have different beliefs. Okay? All right. Now, after he gets rid of the Ottoman Empire, defeats the West, the second thing he did was he instituted a rigorous program of political, economic, and cultural reforms with the ultimate goal of building a modern, progressive, and I might add, which might be the most important part, secular nation state. And if you don't know what the word secular means, because I didn't know, I had to look it up also, it means not subject to or bound by religious rule. So the first thing he said was, y'all gonna get rid of this religion
Right, right, right.
as a government.
I mean, we could keep it, but the religion ain't gonna run shit.
As a government,
The people
y'all gonna get rid of this religion, and y'all ain't gonna be no dummies.
Right, right.
As a matter of fact, he was so serious. He initiated the program where education, primary education, was free and compulsory. If you don't know what compulsory means, you have to go to school. Being a dummy has never been in
So
vogue.
another, it's almost like you mandatory that you go to school.
You will
No
be
way you're
smart.
not getting out of this shit. Like,
You have to understand you're dealing with
Right.
reforming a people's
Right.
way of thinking.
right, sure enough.
You cannot have dummies on board.
Right, trying to do, especially at that time.
That's important.
You know, it's so much shit was so advanced at the time. It's like, look, we're behind. We need to make sure. And if we're stupid, we're never going to catch up.
1924,
You know,
Los.
They were already behind to begin with.
1924.
Right, right.
Being educated is so important. He changed the language. He introduced the Latin base of the Turkish alphabet, replacing the Ottoman Turkish alphabet. You know what that means? Even if you miss the days of old, you can't communicate with them.
Right, and we're learning something.
We changing up something. We changing the language.
In a few generations, they're not even know how to talk.
Even
to
if you thought what they had was some good ideas, about a century from now, you won't even be able to read it. It's a dead language.
right, then we ain't gonna fuck with.
We're done with it.
We're gonna start our own shit.
To use your words, We're done with the dumb shit.
Right. No more stupid shit.
Because if we're going to be marketable and a competitor in this world, you're going to have to be able to keep up to some degree and be competitive.
Right.
I'm sorry. Being dumb has no room for it.
Right. You have to go to school.
You've got to. This is not Ron talking. This ain't Los. This ain't Bobby. This ain't I get talking. This is Ataturk in 1924, 23 talking.
Right. Now,
Education is compulsory.
how did he take over though? He just started talking to people and started getting people from different types to like him, and
because it's
he
important.
said, if you say you want me, I'll get these people the fuck out of here.
It's important, but because we only have so much time, I would invite the people to merit the cause and the results,
Right.
the means and the results.
Right.
That's what I would do. I would invite you to go and research how he came to power. And you tell me, look after we're finished, you look at the results and tell me if the ends didn't justify the means.
Right.
All right, let's keep going. He ain't stopped there. Let's talk about rights. This is 1923, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Turkish women received equal civil and political rights fully by 1930.
Now, see, I was going to ask about that because homegirl said about how he was all about equality. Not that, wait a minute, I thought the Muslims did women and shit, but that's because he took that out. So no, as a
Wasn't that
government-
important?
Yeah, in other words, as a government, we
Ooh.
feed you this religion.
Wasn't
that's
that
different.
important?
That's got nothing to do with this. So if somebody tries to say you ain't shit, come to us.
Wasn't
You're
that
some
important?
shit. Hell yeah.
See, man,
Now he got not only half the nation wanting to be with him, he got the other half.
Now
too,
what?
That was
Now
never
it's
included.
inclusive.
Now it's like,
now it's inclusive.
now imagine all the women were like, man, this dude's the shit. Yeah.
Now it's inclusive.
Hell yeah. Now it matters now. So yeah.
We're going to march for women's rights. Not in Turkey, you're not, because you already got it.
Right. You don't need to. You already got that.
If you have an issue with the way women are being treated, then you have an issue now with the religion. You go take that up in your own private
That's in
time
your
and
own
place.
shit,
But in this
country,
government here, it has no place.
they have a place.
But the majority of religion is Islam,
Right.
but not compulsory.
Right. So that's cool.
Look at his thinking ahead of time.
Right.
I'm going to say this again. You cannot be a person of any significance, whether it's just you influencing a family member, just one family member, or you influencing an entire nation. You cannot be uneducated.
You can't.
I cannot stress that enough.
You know what the fuck you're doing.
You cannot be dumb.
Because if you're trying to do some type of government and others hear it, they're gonna be like, "The fuck shit is that, man?"
You know what I mean?
That's some stupid shit. Like,
you
that
cannot
don't make sense.
He didn't have Google.
Right. No, this was just stuff he knew how it should be where I live. I
It
want
didn't
like
fall into his head.
Right.
This man went and got educated and made a
Right.
change.
and learn what this all was about.
That's why we're doing what we're doing from 7 to 8 a.m. every Monday and Wednesday.
Trying to educate you.
Because if half of us knew what we were talking about, there would be no need for this platform.
Right.
This whole platform, we could celebrate, could all be Fridays.
Right. Just
This whole platform, we could try to get rich off of us doing what we do on Fridays. Because we already got the basics.
should have done comic books and rap.
Comic books. We could do rap. You know why? Because that's extracurricular. You've been
Right.
educated. You deserve that free time to do something you enjoy.
Right.
But not until you get
But
educated.
even without education, you're not gonna know how to enjoy this shit. You
Most
know what the fuck to do.
most people that I know that got rich by whatever means, whether it was through music, whether you inherited, whether you got lucky and hit the lotto, if you didn't go broke, you got educated to sustain the wealth.
To make sure you
You
kept
got
that
educated.
money. That's right. Because
Otherwise, you went broke
that's right.
to the same position that you were before
many
you
of them
won.
have done that hitting lotteries for a few millions, broke as fuck.
Please don't get us started.
It's like shit. Oh, more than they did before they hit the fucking lottery.
Please, now they know what not to do. But now you got to hit the lottery again. What are your odds?
You're not gonna get that again.
Also, in case we don't want to forget about the minorities, right? Because in any society, you're going to have people that are minorities.
Right.
How did they deal with that situation? Minorities in Turkey were asked, or rather demanded, to speak Turkish, the alphabet, the Latin-based Turkish alphabet, which is a whole nother language, by the way, You're learning a whole different
Yeah, a
language.
whole new
You
thing.
speak multiple languages. It was like asking Los, hey Los, go learn Spanish. Well, I already know how to speak Spanish. I can go anywhere throughout Latin America and some parts of Spain and speak Spanish. They can get around. But what if the language was different? Now they have their nuances, but you can manage.
Right.
But there are nuances.
Right.
But the basic language is off of the same alphabet, the same pronunciations to a degree in, Spain or what have you.
This was like the shit you know now.
This is different.
Forget about this shit.
Forget it. It's done.
Learn some new shit now.
You know what I mean? Minorities in Turkey were demanded to speak Turkish in public, but they were allowed to maintain their original language, whatever language they came from, in private. Non-Turkish surnames were replaced with Turkish surnames. Why is that
They didn't
important?
change their names.
Why is that important?
Identity.
We've seen that before.
We want to make sure that there's an identity for this type of last names are Turkish.
Interesting,
last names.
isn't it?
These are Turkish last names. This shit.
A good name is better than gold, the Bible say, or at least some.
Right.
There's some wise saying it's better than gold. Why?
So everybody had to go somewhere like, yo, what's my new last name, man? Here you go, new last name. And so that had to take a while to get used to that shit. When you had to, once you learn how to write, you had to remember, now I got to learn how to write this
Here's
shit.
how long it took them to learn. None of them know their original last name. And they identify with the names that they adopted.
Isn't that crazy? I forgot what they were and just kept going from there. After a few generations, that's my last
Change
name.
their language.
Change what I do. That would have been hard to do, man. They took it on. And here they are. Thanksgiving every day.
In 1981, we're down to 1 minute. Just give us a couple more minutes. See how we'll be done. In 1981, the centennial, how do you pronounce this word? Centennial. Thank you, brother. The centennial of Ataturk's birth, 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
The United Nations and UNESCO declared it the Ataturk year, describing him as the leader of the first struggle. I really need y'all to listen to these words, and these are not my words, by the way. This is from UNESCO and United Nations. The leader of the first struggle given against colonialism and imperialism, a remarkable promoter of the sense of understanding between people and durable peace between the nations of the world. Can I read it again, please? Because that's very important. The leader, Ataturk, of the first struggle given against colonialism and imperialism. A remarkable promoter of the sense of understanding between people and durable peace between the nations of the world. This was in 81. Because of what this man did, and we did all that history, now we can get to the part that I wanted to talk about. I did all that because I wanted to talk about this. As of 2023, Turkey is the 19th largest economy by GDP. They export metal manufacturing, they have apparel, electronics, and their main importing partner is Russia at 17%. Oh, but don't stop. They are a NATO member. Hello now. Wait a minute. What we got going on in the world? Oh, y'all niggas don't read. Don't worry about it. All right. They are the second largest standing army, a NATO member, Turkey, second largest standing army after the United States in NATO. Okay, let's keep going. What? Wait a minute. They're NATO. These niggas got 50 nuclear weapons at 28 million apiece, delivered by Lockheed Martin F-35 Raptors and F-22 at 715 pounds in weight, 11 feet in length, can blow up 50 countries off of the planet
Right.
forever. Why? Because a nigga got his people educated.
That's right. That's right.
We are the Daily Smoke.
Right.
I am your boy, Brother Ron,
Brother Los,
Brother Black Hand.
and we are out. Y'all have a good night.
peace.
Peace.